On this episode of the Third and Thirsty podcast, Slater goes down. He's going to be gone for the year. We recap last week's preseason games. We look forward to next week's. And then we also go into what's going to constitute a successful season and a failure for each team. Let's get into it now. Let's go. Third and Thirsty podcast, your one pot stop for Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, Kansas City referee, and Taylor Swift free AFC West banter. I'm Alex Bell. I'm a Bronco fan. I've seen my team win 3 Super Bowls. To my left, Omar Rubio, Charger fan. Never seen a Super Bowl. Never will see a Super Bowl. To my right, Edgar Larios, Raider fan, live for and witness to 0 Super Bowls. Again, he'll never see one either. We're another week closer. If we're doing my restaurant series, we've now gotten to our table. In the case for Bronco fans, I ordered a beer at the bar to take with me. We've sat down at the table. The beer's cold, but it's a little flat. It's a little disappointing. We'll get to that later.
You got the end of the keg there.
Yeah, it's a little flat. It's cold. It's disappointing, but you also think, hey, you know what? This has no bearing on what this meal is going to be. So I'll just switch back to the cocktail. I'll just go get me an old-fashioned after. But this week, we have to start some really unfortunate news. Not just a poor preseason performance in the case of the Broncos, but we lost one hell of a player on the Chargers, Omar.
Yeah, Rashawn Slater, man. Sad to see it. I mean, luckily he got paid right before. You know, I'm all for players getting paid. Sucks for the team, puts us in a tough position, but that's why he wasn't practicing the last couple of days before he got that contract, just in case something like this happened.
Yep.
Derails his whole future. But now it's just looking into the future, but at least the near future here with the season coming up. Luckily, we have another stud on the other side for right tackle. Joel, he's just going to move over. So at least we got the blind side still covered. Bringing in Trey Pipkins, who was a right tackle 2 years ago. So he's got a couple seasons as a starter there. So at least he'll have some familiarity. And I don't know, it's going to be tough.
Yeah, it's really, really tough to see him go down. Obviously, being a Bronco fan, I mean, seeing him off the field is going to be something that, is going to make life easier for Broncos when they played the Chargers, but certainly not something that you wish for as a fan. At the end of the day, these guys are all human beings, and it really sucks for Slater to have to go down like that. Hopefully he could recover. It sounds like this is an injury that could potentially really set him back, not just for this season, but even going forward throughout his career. So first and foremost, best wishes to him. We joke a lot about, if you're listening, knowing that there's a 0% chance that they are, but in that 0.00005% that this gets to Rashawn Slater, on behalf of all Bronco country, I hope you get better and can get back to your old self. Edgar?
Definitely.
It wasn't my fault.
I was waiting for you to say something so I could blame you.
It wasn't my fault. Just FYI.
Edgar
Put that out there.
Edgar probably went out to the field dressed as
I
like a
already
maintenance man, like to cut the grass.
I was
He's
already.
like, I know they're gonna do lineman drills here. Drop like a marble. He dropped a marble there and slipped on it, and that's what caused it.
Damn.
I just remember going on Facebook and seeing that. I was just like, "Fuck, next podcast." Oh, Edgar did. He killed a chicken or some bullshit. I'm sorry, something. But nah, I mean, it sucks. I mean, for me, even though like he's a really good player, I mean, it's to be the best, you gotta take out the best. So I mean, it sucks that he's not gonna be able to like play the season. And I mean, maybe even though like we don't have a defensive end, that maybe Crosby, might win once in a while, but like watching them go up against the Raiders defense, like 1-on-1, it's gonna suck not being able to see that this year.
Yeah, there's no way we're replacing a 1-for-1. It's
No,
gonna be
that's a huge drop off.
Yeah, it's gonna be a group
Even
effort.
if you have Alt, that's going to be able to move over to the left side. that right side is going to be
Exactly.
a big drop off from Alt.
It's going to take a team effort. The whole line's going to have to be able to make that adjustment, not just the line, but the tight ends, the running backs. Everybody's going to have to pitch in to help try to not have that big of a fall off, like you're saying.
Yeah, really tough. Again, I mean, thank God he got paid first.
Yeah,
That
like I said.
lot of guaranteed money there. So, God forbid if that really is like the end of his career, which I certainly don't hope for, but it is something you have to think about with this injury. You know,
He's young.
he's set up. He's set up. His family's set up. His grandkids are set up. His great grandkids are set up. So thank God for that. And again, just hopefully he gets better.
Yeah, he's young,
awful.
strong. He's a monster in the weight
Yeah.
room. He's a workout warrior. So he's I'm pretty sure he's going to be able to come back, hopefully at full strength. If not, damn right near there.
Yeah, I think we all hope for that. Really crummy situation. So we'll see. I mean, it's going to have a big impact on their season. That's definitely going to change my win total for them. I don't know about how you're feeling about that.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't want to let emotions get into it too much, but it is tough.
Yeah, it really sucks. So again, hope he gets better. And hopefully that's the last major injury
for anybody, man. At least through the preseason and once the games really start, then I mean,
they're bound to happen.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's what football is. Putting your body on the line and getting paid mightily for it.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I've seen it happen on Twitter or X or whatever they call it now. Seeing that video and just knowing right away that whatever it wasn't good.
Yeah.
So, real bummer. Let's move on. Get on to some brighter notes, at least for maybe a couple of us, and talk about our preseason week 1. Well, I guess week 2 for the Chargers.
Well, do you want to go first and keep the bad news rolling? Keep the
it wasn't as bad.
The bye.
Well, you guys
down there.
You guys were with me at your daughter's birthday party on Saturday while I was being antisocial as hell and locked in on my phone watching the game. Wife wasn't super happy about that, but I mean, she knows I'm gonna be locked in, and I don't care if it's preseason or not.
Hey, we're the pod boys, man. You got to watch your team.
Yeah, I'm working. But yeah, you guys saw I was pretty damn disappointed with the first team's effort. But going back, I watched the All 22 this morning. Grinding tape like we do on the Third and Thirsty podcast, and felt a little bit better, especially with a couple of different players. The sky's not completely falling. It is disappointing that the first team offense wasn't able to march down the field against 49ers second team. But it's not the end of the world. Bo had a couple really good passes that were dropped. One was to Court. He'll come up with those in the season. One really bright spot, I thought, from the first team offense, or he's going to be mixed in the first team offense, is RJ Harvey. I think he was the one I said I wanted to look for going into last week. And he didn't disappoint. His vision's there. That's why they drafted him. Able to get to the edge. It might be different when he's going against ones, but that speed is definitely there, that burst. And again, the patience. This new scheme that the Broncos are going to be running, this edge zone scheme, really waiting for holes to open up. He definitely has the vision to be able to wait and hit that hole when it opens. One thing I would say about RJ, I don't know, you guys didn't watch the game, did you?
Not much. No, I was busy hosting.
Yeah, it's tough to watch all the games in the preseason, but he was able to get to the outside a couple of times early in the game, and I think he kind of relied on that and tried to bounce it outside in situations where maybe he didn't need to. So I think it'll be a good learning situation for him for sure.
Yeah, if he tries to keep doing that, like I said, didn't watch the game, but just that way you're explaining, if he keeps trying to do that, guys are going to key in on that, set that edge. And like you're saying, also that once you go against the ones, those ones, they know how to set the edge. They don't just...
They'll be a little bit quicker too.
Yeah, they're not just as quick to get to the quarterback because they know they can't give up that running lane.
Yeah. Yeah, but RJ looked good. The offensive line was pretty disappointing. I'm hoping it's just because you don't get a lot of contact in practice. Knocking off the edge. So a lot of things to clean up there on on the first team offense for sure. Back to RJ. I've talked about the Broncos running game last year with Jaleel and Javonte, just not taking advantage of situations, but mostly not being able to make nothing out of broken plays. There was one play in particular, RJ Harvey was bouncing to the edge. He had four guys right in front of his face. He was able to beat all of them. Instead of losing 2 or 3 yards, he gained 7 or 8. That was struck me as a play as, last year that would have been for sure a loss. So that'll be a big difference in this year's offense, I think. So that was good to see. One thing I can't leave out is Bo's safety. You guys didn't see that?
No.
Okay, so
Oh, I did see that the score was like 2-0, I think.
it was
in the
7-0,
beginning.
and then it was 9-0 because of the safety. So it was a third down. Free blitzer came and he just kind of drifted back, turned his back, and just threw it out of bounds. So intentional grounding. Watching it live, it was incredibly disappointing. But then you kind of think about it, it's like, it's preseason. He could either try to step up and make this guy miss, or maybe try to step up and hit a throw. He had Franklin that was crossing, it was a little open. But don't take that hit in the preseason. So
Yeah.
I think he was just like, you know what, man, I'm just going to get rid of this ball and take the 2 points because it doesn't matter. So it was a smart play on his end. So let you guys get into your games a little bit. I got some more notes, but I don't want to hog the pod. So you guys have some thoughts on your team?
Yeah. Chargers came up with the win again. Of course, it's the preseason. Doesn't matter the end score unless you're the Raiders, because then always find a way to mess that up and do what they did.
Sure.
But on the defensive side, there was a Caleb Murphy, undrafted free agent, who had 2 sacks. And he had two picks. There was somebody else that had 2 sacks. So that was good. One was a pick six. And he's another undrafted free agent who got some playing time because last week's standout undrafted free agent as a cornerback also got a pick and a couple good tackles, and Nico Reed. So our undrafted free agents are really setting off these preseason games. Another person that played well on defense was he only played, I want to say, 1 series, was Tarheeb Steele. He had a really good read on a run and hit the running back like dead on. That got me fired up. That made me feel like I was actually watching a real football game, not preseason.
Yeah.
My wife told me to shut up right away. She said it's only preseason. So that goes to show you that got me fired up. But yeah, that's a rookie from last year, 5th round rookie that they have a lot of expectations for, is Tarheeb Steele. They're hoping he can be one of their top corners. Hopefully him and Cam Hart, and who knows, a little bit of Dante Jackson there will round out our starters. So that was exciting to see that the defense, even though it was second, third stringers, 1 or 2 starters sprinkled in, but throughout the whole game, they showed out.
Pretty good notes. Edgar?
Well, sadly, I didn't really get to see the game from the beginning. But Pete Carroll actually had some of the starters actually start the game. Gino only played like 3 downs. Like right away, and I knew it was gonna happen. Like the very first play they tried to do was go deep to Dante Thornton. Sadly, Thornton, I mean, I guess with the first game and everything and jitters and everything, he just dropped the ball. But hopefully he shakes that off and starts, doing what his job is. Also, like the biggest thing, because everybody was making such a big deal out of it, Jeanty ended up finishing the day with -1 yard. And I was gonna be like super panicking about it because obviously, like, since since the start of the offseason, like our biggest question was the offensive line. So when we saw that happen, everybody came out being like, "See, that's why I knew we should have never gotten a running back. We should have gone with this person or what." Like everybody wanted to just pick up whatever. Like people were even saying picking up Shador.
In the first round.
Yeah, because because of the game he had and everything.
Oh, yeah. Well,
So, anyways, but in the end, I found out that obviously they're still trying to like mix up the online, see what works, see what doesn't. They already know what actually works, but they're trying to, still mix it up. Um, the one player that shocked me in the offense was Cam Miller. I think I forgot. I don't know if it was Cam Miller. The quarterback from North Dakota that we drafted. He had he only had like the fourth quarter and he ended up throwing like 2 touchdowns compared to AOC where he had like the worst game he could have ever had.
that's
That
not very
wasn't pretty. I
surprising.
saw the highlights. Sorry, of AOC. So I think that's the little bit of the game that I saw was towards the end, and yeah, it didn't look pretty, man.
Yeah, it was like in the mid, well, AOC was playing like he played the second or the
third,
first, second, and he started the third.
Yeah, I think that's what I saw. Is like
But
for the second half.
when he started the third quarter, he actually like, like it looked like he got it all together and he drove the team down and scored a touchdown. But that whole first half was just messy. Like you can tell that the Raiders like, they were having trouble tackling. They like, so that's one of the major things they were working on this week on their tackling because obviously they can't really do nothing during the off season.
Or during the season.
Yeah. And then but the defense also was like something that actually like also like shocked me. That defensive tackle that we picked up from the Eagles ended up playing. He was number 47.
Quick.
He actually balled out. Like he's actually gonna be a really good. He's gonna be a solid pickup. Um, he was harassing the quarterback a lot. He was constantly in the quarterback's face. It was insane. Um, but sadly, a lot of our defensive rookies they were like taking bad angles against when the Seahawks ran the ball. I think they ran for like 60 plus yards for like a touchdown or so, like 1 or 2 touchdowns. I forgot, but I mean, our third stringers were able to like bring us back and tie the game. We actually had a chance to win it, but a fucking blocked field goal.
Raiders.
But,
Yeah, well, I'd much rather have a field goal blocked in preseason than against the Chiefs when you're kicking to win the game. So it's not a bad time for you to get your field goal blocked.
I did want to fact check myself. I was wrong about the name. Eric Rodgers that had 2 picks. Caleb Murphy had 2 sacks. So still want to give my flowers to Caleb Murphy and Eric Rodgers.
If you're listening.
They definitely are listening.
well, also Jamal Adams had a really good game as a linebacker. I think that's what they're gonna end up keeping him in that position. So to see how it goes.
I wanted to bring up a vet that we're trying out, I guess. Not Naheem Hines. Well, Naheem Miller Hines now. Added the Miller in there. Took 2 years off because he had that really horrible jet ski incident where he was just like standing next to his jet ski and another jet ski like plowed into him. And so he like tore up his knee.
Damn, these guys need to stop having fun when they're not at practice and stuff, man. Najee Harris.
Yeah. But that was like 2 years ago when he was with the Bills. So he hadn't played in 2 years. They gave him a tryout. And they're giving him some playing time, but he had didn't help himself out. He had 2 muff punts. So that didn't help himself because that was going to be his like niche to get onto the team is provide backup punt returner skills in case of Darius Davis getting hurt.
Yeah,
but didn't really help yourself out when the first tryout you got there.
Yeah, special teams in preseason games makes a big difference. Bronco country knows about that with Terrell Davis. His game in Japan. You guys heard that story?
I don't think so.
No. So, that year it was a running back competition. Figure out who's going to be the running back there for that team. Terrell Davis wasn't even really even being thought of at that point coming out of Georgia. I think he was like 5th or 6th on the depth chart. And they make the trip out to Tokyo for a preseason game. He calls down to the front desk before the game trying to go home because he figured, why am I even here? I'm trying to get out of here. But couldn't get through to anyone because no one could speak English. So things were a little different back in the 90s. It wasn't like you could just pull out your phone and get yourself on a plane. So he said, whatever, I'll stick it out. I'll go to the game. Doesn't even think he's going to get in. He gets in for a kickoff. Just go down there, and he makes a huge tackle, hits the guy real hard, and then gets some play in the preseason. The rest is history. So you make that one play in the preseason and make a big difference. Might make you one of the best running backs of all time if you stick it out. So
Yeah, I mean,
thank God no one spoke English in Tokyo.
I mean, there's always those free agent undrafted guys that come in and make plays, give their all in the preseason, find themselves on the team. Maybe it is the back end of the team, but hey, they're there. They keep on pushing, keep making plays, and one day, hey, they're Antonio Gates getting into the Hall of Fame as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
Yep.
Broncos usually have an undrafted free agent make the team. We'll see about this year.
Yeah, I think the Chargers I think they broke this string maybe either last year or the year before, but they had like a string of like 10 years in a row where a undrafted free agent made the team every season. And that's like that gives you an edge even like trying to sign those guys because they can sign wherever they want, They know it's whatever they feel fits best, wherever they feel they have the best chance to crack the roster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if they feel like they have a pretty good chance of making the roster with a team has a history of it, then it makes a lot of sense. Yeah, the Broncos. I mean, Philip Lindsay was one, Jaquan McMillan a couple of years ago. So they're definitely out there for sure. Back to the Broncos. Just a couple of other notes here. Nick Bonito. Boy, the Broncos need to pay him. They need to get him a contract because the price is only going to go up throughout the season. He looked really good. String of 3 plays, sack, and a pressure to force a 3 and out. So he looked real good, fast. I felt really bad for that left tackle that was trying to keep up with him. His burst off the edge and his first step, he's so quick. So really excited to see what he's going to do this year. There was a point last year where he was in the Defensive Player of the Year conversation. So, if I was hypothetically allowed to gamble on sports, I might sprinkle some money on that. So anyone that lives in a free state, take my advice.
You could throw that into a parlay, though. That's still available for you.
No, it's not. You can't bet on awards with parlays. Talking like underdog.
Yeah.
No, can't do that. Nope. They'll let you shoot heroin outside of the stadium, but don't go in that stadium and bet any money on the game. Don't you dare send that $10 on a gambling app. Wide receiver room, really crowded. It's going to be interesting to see how that shakes out. Trent Sherfield signed as a special team specialist, but he was making plays. Watching the All-22, I didn't even know what number he was. It was just a guy that was just making plays constantly, and I'm like, who the hell is number 5? Trent Sherfield had a really good touchdown catch too. PJ Locke, have you guys heard his story about his back injury? No. So he was a starting safety last year. He'll be a depth piece this year when they brought in Hufanga. Played pretty well, but he ended up having to get a transfusion in his back. And apparently he's one of the first or second guy in the NFL that's been able to come back from that surgery and play. So they're thinking he might not play for the rest of the year. He's already playing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's good to see him back. And Jonah Ellis, rookie last year, he looked really good coming off the edge there too. So just another depth piece the Broncos have there getting to the quarterback.
And here I just thought transfusion was drinking drink out on the golf course.
It is. I'm actually wearing a transfusion shirt. right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I got the grape juice, with the lime, with the there's vodka. We'll definitely be having a few of those in a couple weeks here.
Yeah,
Our golf trip
that's
to Monterey.
coming up quick.
Again, anyone that's listening in the Monterey area knows recommendations on breweries or restaurants. We'll have a couple of days up there, so let us know. And while we're on the subject, if you're watching on YouTube, listening on Spotify, Apple, hit us with the subscribe button. Again, I brought it up last week. The majority of our view hours are from people that aren't subscribed to the channel. So if you're one of those people, what the hell are you doing? Just hit the subscribe button. It just takes a second. Come on, man. Do it right now. Right now.
One little click.
Yeah.
One.
It's real easy. It helps us out a ton. Hit the like button as well. That would be super dope. And we'll keep this thing going. We're still thinking about our format for when the season starts, but we might be doing 2 episodes a week. So you'll be getting all the content you need. For the 30th.
Thirsty coming right at you.
Hell yeah. And we'll get to Instagram comments later. But, follow us on Instagram as well, Third and Thirsty Podcast. We always respond on the pod to Instagram and YouTube comments. So always hit us up.
Yeah, like we always say, come bring the heat. We're all here for it. Talk shit. See what you think we don't know about, or what you think we said was wrong. Whatever. Just bring it.
If you don't agree, tell us why.
Yeah, I'm usually the target for whatever reason, so I'm the hater in the middle. Also the host of the Not Knowing Ball podcast. That was a good one.
We're still playing with that. Just so that you know, we're still in the works. It might be coming later.
Yeah. So leave those comments. Again, one of the cool things about this is kind of building a little small community, hopefully one that will grow, of AFC West fans minus the Chiefs that enjoy giving each other some shit.
Yeah, and for the most part, everybody's keeping it pretty cordial.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Just building up their teams, hyping up their teams. So love to see it, man.
Yep, it's been a lot of fun. So hit that subscribe button if you haven't done it yet. Come on, man. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Okay, next week's games, or this week's games, I guess. Now that we have a game under our belt, 2 games in the case of the Chargers, what are we looking for? What do we want improved? Is there a player that we were looking at to say, hey, got to step it up, or we want to see this different?
Dude, I'm just trying to get through this healthy.
Jeez, I don't blame you.
The Chargers had to cancel their upcoming, well, not upcoming anymore, but what they thought was their upcoming joint practice with Rams, who they have this upcoming weekend. They don't have enough bodies. They had a couple guys go down during the game this past week as well. So yeah, they're hurting right now. They're bringing guys in off the street, signing guys who had some play, at least maybe in preseason or even the XFL, things like that. Just bringing them in for workouts, seeing what they can work with. Luckily, it hasn't been too many like first string guys, too many starters. It was more depth, but still, it's tough to see. And I'm just hoping for health out of this week. But besides that, I am looking to see what the running back room continues to do. They're super impressive this week. The whole running back group as a whole.
I didn't get a chance to watch it. Did Hampton get to play?
No, he didn't. Thank God. He didn't need to get hit again like that. He got hit once. He had a good little gain there. That's all he needs, man. Just save him for the season. But I mentioned him earlier, Naheem Miller-Hines. He had some good plays there. Had some good runs. Rocket Sanders got some play. He didn't play last week. He had a touchdown. Had some good runs there. He looks good, man. I don't know how he went undrafted. He must have slipped through the cracks, or they must have kept him under wraps. Something. It's really impressive to see what he's been doing in training camp, and now that he's getting some playing time in the preseason. I'm looking forward to see him cracking the roster, even though it's going to be tough because they still have guys like Hassan Haskins who had some good runs, and Kamani Vidal, who I think is probably the number 3 guy right now. And depending on how many they keep on the Steelers roster, either 3 or 4 for game days, then it's going to be a fight for that back end roster spot. It's not going to be easy for any of those guys to make the 53.
It'll be a battle. It'll be a battle. That's what makes preseason fun for sure. At least for
Yeah.
fans. I'm sure it's nerve wracking as hell.
No,
For
yeah.
those dudes trying to make the roster, I'm sure they're not sleeping very well at night.
No, but I'm pretty sure that most of those guys, if they don't get on the 53, they'll either one or two of them will stay on the practice squad, or
for sure.
they might even get picked up by another team because
Mhm.
they're already proving their worth.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But obviously, you want to make the team that had faith in you in the beginning.
Yep.
So, you know, we'll see. We'll see. The Broncos have some tough competitions in spots like that too.
Oh, I don't think we'll see him, but I don't think, did we talk about it last week that Keenan Allen was back? Because
Oh, yeah, I don't think
Keenan
we have
Allen
talked
is
about it.
We did
So,
talk about it last week.
okay, but still, I just still want to bring it back up. Keenan Allen is back. We won't see him in the preseason. He doesn't need to play, but excited to see him back.
Yeah, it's always nice bringing back those nostalgia players. I guess it's almost like the Chargers are full with like millennials who are just stuck in the '90s. Just not quite with Keenan Allen, but yeah, I mean, I guess it's nice. We just had Happy Gilmore too, so Charger fans are feeling nostalgic as fuck.
Yeah.
Bringing back an old, washed wide receiver. So
What about Wash?
no, I'm just playing. Keenan Allen is a damn good player. Good thing about Keenan Allen too is he's such a technician and not necessarily like a freak athlete. So his skills are going to translate a little bit longer than say someone who's just could go and just outrun,
Rely
and
on speed or rely on like
quickness
his,
and
just the like ability to go up and get the ball, because then
Yeah.
that gets you hurt. Mike
Yep.
Williams.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. So it's a good thing for the Chargers for sure. Just having them in the locker room and having around the other younger wide receivers,
Yeah,
I'm
besides
sure it's huge. So
besides him, I think the elder statesman would have been Quentin Johnson. Now that
Ooh, you
Jalen
wouldn't want
Reagor
that.
went out, and Jalen Reagor was he's been in the year in the league a couple years, but he's never really been like a leader in the locker room. You needed somebody that was there, that's been done it, has proven that he can play at the highest level in this game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Keenan Allen's definitely that guy. So,
He'll make it harder, at least for
yeah,
other teams.
yep. But again, there is a reason he was still available in at the end of July, early August. So
True.
we'll see. But it's definitely a good fit for him, obviously. You know. What about the Raiders? What are we looking forward to this week? What do we want to see?
Honestly,
AOC get cut.
I'm not gonna cut him.
Brady
Honestly,
coming out of retirement.
que la chingada. No, the thing is that what I'm looking for, honestly, is just how continue trying to get that online, getting it to where like we're, to the way we want it to be. Letting Colton Miller play a little bit longer. I usually every single like second preseason game, Raiders usually let their starters play for like the majority of the first quarter. So watching them like have a whole quarter would be nice to see, even with the online, just to have that. I mean, to have that security basically. We are playing against the Niners, which they are having that. What's that called? That
Joint
practice,
practice.
that joint practice. So hopefully, hopefully they do start them, but maybe they're gonna get as much as they can in practice, and they probably won't even let them. But I'm hoping to see like just the online, like just getting better, or at least trying to get a better getting the best 5 out there, basically.
Figuring out what that rotation is going to be.
Have they set their starting 5?
They have it, yeah, they do, but right now they're still messing with it, and that's why it's kind of annoying that to not really be sure that the first one they have like it works or whatnot. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they should put it out there against somebody else instead of they've only done it in practice. But so far, they've been like mixing it up. and I don't know if it's true, but supposedly Jordan Meredith, he's going to be our new center. So they're going to have Jordan Meredith in center. JPJ goes to right guard. And then it's Colton Miller, left tackle with Denzel Perriman. Oh, sorry. I don't know. I keep getting them fucking mixed up.
Well, he plays on the Chargers, you know?
Yeah. With Parham and
Oh, that's
then
one hell of a
DJ
pickup.
Glaze on the right tackle.
DJ Glaze. Yeah, it sounds like they still got some figuring out to do there on the line. Yeah, they obviously didn't do shit for Jeanty. So I hope that continues to be the case throughout the season.
And that's what's weird
would be
because,
hilarious.
with Jeanty, I mean, it was only 3 plays, but down like towards the end of the game, like they were able to get the ball running, but I mean,
But not with the starters.
Maybe after a while, like, you know, them warming up and shit, getting used to hitting and everything.
Yeah.
They got it going, but who knows?
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely something I'll be looking for with the Broncos this week, is the line to be playing where they should be. This week was concerning, but it's only 1 week, so if it happens twice, then you start to think, uh-oh. So definitely some more rhythm on offense is what I'll be looking for with the Broncos. I'm going to be pretty damn disappointed. Hold me to it, fellas. If the Broncos look that bad this week, hold me to it. I'll be slightly concerned about the offense going forward if they look like they did this week. Just out of rhythm, just seemed like they didn't have it together yet, which is acceptable in the first preseason game, but it needs to improve for sure. Specific players. A fun one would actually be Caleb Lohner, the 7th round tight end, the basketball player. It would be fun to see him do something. But more out of the wide receiver room. Troy Franklin played really well this week. I've been talking about him all off season. I think he's really going to have a good year. But Mims and Vele were not quite as present, especially Vele, who apparently is coming off an injury. He was also missing some blocks too, so looking for him to step up, not just in the receiving game, but also make some blocks for Harvey to really break one out. That'd be fun to see too, is Harvey to break a long run, which he's definitely capable of.
Yeah, he's got the speed to do it.
Yeah, he had the most big plays in all of college football, except maybe even over Jeanty. They were 1 and 2. I don't remember who was 1, who was 2, but he's definitely got the big playability. So it'd be fun to see one. But mostly it's just rhythm out of the offense. The defense wasn't as great as I had hoped this week, but I definitely don't worry about this defense. We saw it all year last year. So defense, as long as they don't look terrible.
Special teams. There was a couple hiccups there.
The punter. Definitely need to see him do better. They spent a draft pick on him.
Yeah.
Crawshaw, the Australian. He was, I think PFF, they do their goofy ass stats.
Yeah.
He was dead last in punting this week, and definitely expected a couple of punts that, only went 30 yards, I think. And it wasn't like he pinned them in the 20. They ended up at the 30, 40, 50 yards. Just a missed kick. So he's definitely got to clean it up, or they might have to replace him.
Yeah, at least bring in some competition for him, at least to, push him there, not letting him rest on his laurels.
Yeah, so that's definitely a big one. I love DMVR, and I love Zach Stevens. Zach Stevens, if you're listening, he had a take today that they're hoping that the Broncos don't have to punt too much, so it doesn't. So it's not as important for the punter to be great, but even if that's the case, you don't want to give Patrick Mahomes a short field 2 or 3 times a game in a close game because he'll kill you.
I can already see it now. Down in the next couple of years, you're gonna be like Omar. It's like, we have the number 1 offense and then we have the number 1 defense, but our special teams there.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why I brought it up. Hey, that's as much as we overlook special teams.
Never overlook special teams.
Most of the players that we're seeing on TV right now that are in these games in the preseason, that's their best avenue to get to a roster is special teams.
Yeah. So That's definitely another one. Yeah, for sure. Need to see improvement there.
Hopefully not. That would be awesome if you guys just like sucked at
Sucked
special
at punting?
teams. Yeah.
That wouldn't be good. Punting, you think you could find a good punter, right? I mean, there's got to be like 30 people in the world that could kick a football really good. Apparently not. But he'll clean it up. I have faith in Crawshaw.
I mean, Chargers were having they were having like trouble for a couple of years.
With kickers, with
kickers.
with kickers, they went through. Ooh, I don't even want to count how many kickers we went through. It's like, and I guarantee you, in like 3 years, we went through like 7 kickers.
Hmm.
Yeah, but now, hey, after Dicker the kicker
Yeah, you're all good there.
kicks just three kicks. He doesn't even have to make them. 3 kicks, he will be the most accurate kicker that's had at least 100 kicks in the NFL. Even if he misses the next 3 kicks, he just has to get to 100 to be the best.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah. So I have faith in Dicker the kicker. He's awesome. He's funny as hell on social media.
Oh, is he? Huh.
Yeah, he's got this. Him and Justin Herbert like tight, and they both were wearing those red contact lenses, and they said that what would be cool, like dorks that they are, is if we went out and like into like the public and wore these. So they said that they went out to get like, I don't know, ice cream or something, and that everybody just started looking at them like they were vampires or something.
Justin Herbert got like possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
Just had a craving for ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're dorks. It's funny. It's hilarious. He's funny on social media. Not Justin Herbert, because he fucking stays away from everybody. But Dicker the kicker is hilarious.
Yeah, it's always good to have a good kicker. Just make sure he stays out of massage parlors. Be the downfall. Be the downfall for a great kicker.
And quarterbacks.
Yeah, or decent quarterbacks. Yeah, very rich quarterbacks. Shout out
if
to
you're an owner, sorry, but if you're an owner, you're okay. You're good to go to massage parlors.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you get away with it at some point.
Yeah,
you have enough money. Yeah. Oh, another one. I want to see Greenlaw and Singleton. They both didn't play. Little nagging injuries on their end, but they should be good to go this week. So, seeing the defense up to full speed with the guys in the middle. Stranad and Lavelle Bailey held their own, but I mean Greenlaw and Singleton are obviously much better players. So seeing them out there will be fun. You guys want to get into our next conversation I think we had a small conversation a couple months ago, but now things are different, of what you would feel comfortable saying a successful season, and what you would consider a failure of a season as a fan for the 3 teams.
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to get into that?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. Cool. Anyone who want to take the reins and start it off with what they think would be a successful season for their team? Consider a successful season at the end of the day?
I guess I'll go first because it's pretty easy. As long as we get for Raiders to have a successful season, they'll at least have to win over 8 games. For them to for this year to be counting to count the way, like, for Raider fans to be like kind of like how would I say, like, comfortable, they have to win 8 games, because obviously a lot of Raider fans are tired of like constantly going through all these fucking coaches and all these fucking changes and shit. So I would honestly say that would make it a successful season just for us.
What was their win total at the end? Was it 4?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so that's doubling.
Like 4 or 5.
That's doubling their win total. That's usually a lot to ask for. Obviously, they have Pete Carroll now, who, is a pretty damn good head coach. So it's possible, but doubling your win total, adding 4 to the win total is a pretty big jump.
Yeah.
So if they won 6 or 7 games, but they look better, Gino looks competent, they're in tight games, would you still feel okay? Or would you?
I definitely feel like it'd be one of those feelings. I'm like, okay, it's going the right way,
right?
But it's one of those things where, like, we have the easiest schedule this year. I mean, yeah, we're gonna end up having the easiest
schedule.
Yeah.
Still a tough division though. You got 6 games against playoff teams in your division. No, so that's tough.
But that's the thing too. Like I feel like even if it's divisional games, like I feel like a lot of the games last year, there's some games that we could have like easily won too, or could have gone the other way with like the Chiefs, like, bring
Oh, the Chiefs
Chiefs.
game. Yeah.
You know, so at the end of the day, it's like, you know, if this team can like not make the dumb mistakes that last year's team can do, and just keep the lead and not turn over the ball like Minshew did last year, I mean, I don't see why we couldn't be, 8 wins at least. You know, there's a
Super
lot
young
because there's
though.
a lot of teams that are like, there's a lot. We are still playing a lot of teams that are like, I wouldn't say playoff contending, but they're good teams. But I still think that that with the team that we have now and with the coaches and everything, a lot of the games that we're going to be having, they're going to be like those, close ones, the ones that are going to be like, okay, like it, for you guys to win this, you guys cannot mess up. Like you guys cannot be playing stupid, like causing stupid penalties and fucking, you know. So
But they're super young. You got to kind of, there's going to be growing pains. You kind of got to expect some of it. Yeah, it's better coaching. Hopefully, it's not as many, like you said, dumb mistakes. But with as many young guys as you guys have, that's got to be a little bit like at least expected.
yeah, I still think that we have like players. Like I said, a couple weeks back that we have good players in certain positions. We just need, in the other positions, we need like these new, like younger players to step up. So like for me, it's like when that like for me, what I'm trying to say is that last year, yeah, we got 4 wins, but I feel like with the team that we have this year, a lot of those like turnovers are not going to happen as often. A lot of like we're not going to like basically beat ourselves. I mean, I'm not saying beat ourselves, but like, you know, it's going to be a lot more like, I feel like, yeah, there's going to be growing pains, but I don't feel like it's going to be as bad as, with Minshew fucking throwing 4 interceptions per game and shit.
Yeah, big improvement at quarterback, big improvement at head coach. Should make a big difference. I think the Raiders are certainly going to be much more competitive this season.
Competent.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, still asking for 4 more wins, doubling the win total. Might be tough, but I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they got to 8 wins. Guess we'd have to go back and look at their schedule and see where we could find 8 wins. But
Yeah, I feel like that'd be the ceiling there is 8 wins.
yeah,
I mean, that's
Not
what
like just a successful season,
that's,
but that'd be the ceiling.
but
mm,
I mean, when we ended up going through our schedules and stuff, that's what we
mm.
came down to for the Raiders.
Was about 8 wins.
Was 8 wins.
Yeah.
But when I did it by myself, I at least did like 10 wins. You know, so if with me not even arguing, we're not even saying anything, you guys were like, okay, yeah, you guys are gonna get. That's even you said on that, like, oh, that's more wins than I thought you guys were ever like. You guys were actually gonna get.
Still thinking that.
So,
Yeah, we'll do our record predictions
But
again
for-
in a
Yeah.
couple weeks. But
and that's what I'm
Ooh,
saying.
10.
Like even like when I say 10, it's like it's one of those games that can go back and forth. I mean, you guys would be like, oh no, like you guys are gonna lose, like against the Bears, like. That's still like a brand new team and everything, and especially what we're seeing right now with Caleb Williams. Like,
Duffel sucks. I've been right about Caleb Williams the whole time.
so I mean, with that, if you want to switch that into a dub, that's already 9. That's already 9 right there.
Oh,
So,
again,
I
we'll
mean,
look at this schedule.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll get that
Yeah.
later.
Again, I'd be shocked if the Raiders won more than 8 games, but we'll see. I mean, you always have to be
like
optimistic.
personally,
this
I
time of
think
year.
like, and I'm not lying. Like, do I think they definitely have a shot to go to 10? But lowest for me, it's 8.
Oh, okay. Lowest as a successful season.
Yeah.
That's not their floor, but that's what you expect for
Yeah.
it to be successful. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Omar, at the end of the season, what would you consider a successful season? What's the bar for a success? They finished 11-7 or 11-6 last year.
Yeah.
Lost in the wild card round.
Playoffs for sure. 1 win for sure. That would be a successful season improvement. Making it to the playoffs, winning their first game there. Even if that means if they get the first seed and they miss out on the first week of the playoffs, still that next week they have to get that win. They can't have a loss there. The playoffs and one win in the playoffs would be a successful season. Of course, I want more than that. I feel like their ceiling is higher than that, but I feel like to be a successful season, playoffs and a win. Besides that, it's we're going backwards.
Yeah, I mean, with the NFL too, excuse me, success isn't always like linear. Like even like thinking about like the Broncos team that won the Super Bowl in 2015. 2013, they get their ass kicked in the Super Bowl by the Seahawks and Mr. Unlimited. 2014 took a step back. I believe they lost. I think that was the year they lost to the Colts in the divisional game. And then 2015, they go and win the Super Bowl. So, I mean, it's not the end of the world if they take a small step back. But obviously, as a fan, you don't want to see the step back because it's hard to look into the future and wait for that season to come back around and hopefully they take the next step then. So keeping that in mind, I mean, kind of in the same line of thinking as you is with the Broncos is, being able to keep 10 wins or more, get into the playoffs, and win win a playoff game. I mean, it's the same kind of bar. Hoping they can win more. But when that time comes around, say if the Broncos win their wild card game, I'm definitely as a fan going to be looking into that divisional game as they better win this game. I'm not going to at that point be like, you know what, it's already a successful season. If they lose, they lose. Definitely will still want them to go in and beat Baltimore, Kansas City, or Buffalo, whoever that team is that's waiting for them. Or maybe they're waiting for them at home. Not saying they're going to win the division and have the number one seed, but you never know. So yeah, I mean, playoff win, right?
Yeah.
You want to take that next step, and definitely want to see more progression from Bo. We've had the sophomore slump conversation multiple times,
and I mean, just basing it off of this past week's
that's
game. I mean,
nothing.
I'm just saying, it might be trending that way.
It's definitely not trending that way. Bo looked fine. He had a couple of throws that were dropped, and the offensive line wasn't protecting him. So I'm not worried.
But when it's Herbert doing that, the other players, the receivers for Herbert doing that, it's his fault.
Well, if Bo throws 5 interceptions in a playoff game this year, then I'll be concerned.
There's only 4.
4 or 5? What's the fucking difference?
One is a difference.
It was more interceptions than he had thrown all year in one game when the lights were the brightest. So just right on brand with the Chargers and what they do. Herbert is a perfect quarterback for them. God, it's just perfect.
You'll be eating your words by the end of the season.
I don't think so, man. I feel pretty damn confident about it.
Guarantee.
Yeah, I feel pretty confident. But yeah, I mean, just progression from the Broncos. Getting into the playoffs, winning a game. I'll feel a little bit better going into next season if they've had that done. Flip side. End of the year. What happens with your team that you're like, damn, that was definitely a failure? Anyone want to take that one?
I'll go.
Sure.
Like a complete failure would be the running game doesn't plan out like we think it will, like every other Jim Harbaugh team has in the past, and that just derails our season. We can't run the ball, so that means everybody's keying in on the pass like they have been in the past years with the Chargers. And it's just more of the same. They have, decent wins, maybe on the fringe of making the playoffs, missed the playoffs, and we're back at it the next off season, just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
I think just missing the playoffs but I think it would be just the running game in particular that if it didn't plan out, like I said, like every other Jim Harbaugh team has, then that could be our downfall.
Yeah.
Because I think even if our passing game isn't much better than last year, I think our running game will be, and it'll carry our team more. So that's my say.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, kind of the same thing for the Broncos. If they take a step back and miss the playoffs, that would definitely be disappointing. AFC West, or I'm sorry, AFC is obviously going to be competitive this year.
Very.
You know, with the Bengals, depending on how their defense looks, the Patriots look like they're going to be in the mix. So those wild card spots aren't just going to be the Broncos and the Chargers. But it'll be tough. It'll definitely be tough. So, want to see the Broncos get in. If they don't, then yeah, it's definitely a failure. Again, going back to Bo, what was it? ESPN today. Some writer for ESPN. Hot take on the Broncos was that Bo Nix will lose his starting job this season.
Damn.
Oh, that's a big swing.
I mean, and Jared Stidham did fucking prove me wrong. I did say in one of our early pods that I felt like that was an area where you guys should have.
Yeah, I remember you
on.
saying that. Yeah, you're a fan.
And yeah, hey, like we said, hey, I kept the receipts on myself this time. He
Stiddy
proved me wrong so far in the one
Mhm.
game into the preseason. Had a really good game, honestly.
Yeah.
If there was anything that you could really point out to this past week's game, was that Stidham he balled out, man.
Yeah, he played really well, which it's not surprising. He's pretty reliable when he gets in there. Feel really good about him being the backup quarterback. I saw a ranking of backup quarterbacks, and he was at like 25 or 26. It's like I don't know if what they're watching.
They must have watched the Third and Thirsty podcast and
Listen
heard my expert analysis over here.
Yeah, no, Stiddy's been in the system now for 3 years. This is his third year. So I feel really good about him being the backup to Bo. Hopefully he doesn't get any playing time this year. If anything, maybe just a quarter or two here to finish out a game. But feel a lot better with him back there than a lot of the backups in the league. So, but he's definitely not going to take the starting job from Bo this season. That's not happening. But definitely want to see Bo improve. If he takes a step back, then it could be pretty concerning. If the defense doesn't play well this year, those are all things that could definitely be a failure. Not making the playoffs would be really disappointing. So, going into this season as a fan of the Broncos, the last couple years was kind of nice. They sucked, and the expectations were low. So the
bar was super low.
Yeah,
so
it wasn't. It wasn't as stressful, but now this year it's like, damn, if they don't make the playoffs, I'm going to be freaking pissed now. So, pressure's on, Broncos. If you're listening, anyone, make the playoffs, please.
Yeah, now the pressure is on. Now.
Yeah, it's been 10 years, but we're back. Edgar, what's a failure?
Failure for Raiders would be honestly their offensive line. Now, on offense, it would be definitely their offensive line. Basically, if they keep messing around with it and not basically let JPJ be center, or unless they know something that we don't, I have no idea. But
Pete Carroll might know a little bit more about football than
yeah,
the three of us do, or at least.
But
I
at the
hope
end
so.
of the day, is like if they that makes sense. Like it would make sense if like in the beginning of the year, beginning of the OTAs, they were doing that, or they were practicing with that O line the way they have it now with Jordan Meredith in center. But why else in 2 weeks or less than a month before the season starts are you gonna start practicing like doing that? But anyways, so yeah, it'd be definitely the O line. The O line's gonna be definitely controlling like it always should be the offense. If we can't run the ball, then this offense is just gonna it's gonna fall on its face.
Yeah, Gino definitely relies on a strong running game and play action, so he'll need that for sure. What about win total?
Win total would honestly either go back to 4 wins or less or anything.
Less than 4 wins, yeah, that would definitely be a failure. At least be looking pretty high draft pick.
Yeah, I was about to say you could be picking up a quarterback at that point. With that many wins.
Yeah, this upcoming season, there's going to be just way too many quarterbacks. There's a lot of quarterbacks.
That's what we always think, but then some fall off, some don't have good seasons.
No, there is a lot of. if you actually go on like ESPN and look it up, there's a lot of quarterbacks, better quarterbacks that are coming out this upcoming season that came out this last season.
Yeah, it's definitely the sentiment around the NFL from what I hear and read. That this draft class wasn't. Not a lot of teams were high on this draft. That's why you have teams that are gearing up with draft picks to be able to move up if they need to go get a quarterback this year. I think the Rams are one of them. I think they got 2 first-round picks, so watch out for the Rams.
And that's not even with Archie Manning. Like they think that he might even stay. He might stay the next like until he graduates. So the next 2 years he might not even come out. But there's a lot of quarterbacks that are coming out. But yeah, like worst case scenario, like I said like I said last time about Gino, like worst case scenario if they want is they can trade up for a quarterback or trade to whatever position they can to draft whatever quarterback is coming up next.
Yeah. Yeah, it wouldn't be the worst thing ever. I mean, Geno Smith is like 800 years old, so getting him replaced in a couple of years probably sounds like a pretty good idea.
At least having a contingency plan.
Yeah.
Who was the backup quarterback?
It's AOC, right?
It's AOC.
That sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks.
Again, we might want to have the politician back
he
there.
dropped like 60
football player.
60 on you guys, so.
Yeah, when the Chargers were just like, we don't care about this season.
that
Do not care.
That was a funny game.
Yeah,
that was
like,
a funny game.
Do not care about this season. At that point, there's no pride to be played for. It's like, all right, let's get a better draft pick.
You're getting paid, and you guys got a fucking, like, just got dropped on that 60 points on you. And you guys are gonna act like nothing happened?
No, sure. we fired our coach, fired the general manager. So thanks. Thank you. Like, appreciate that.
I mean, the Broncos turned things around after their 70-20 loss to the Dolphins too. So I mean, guess sometimes you need that ass kicking.
Yeah,
you need that wake up call.
Yeah. Well, that was the first time the Chargers had fired a head coach in season since like the 80s, I want to say. So I thought they were just going to ride him out, and then that came along, and I'm like, God, thank God. I didn't want to see one more quarter, one more play with Brandon Staley running that team.
I did,
and we put it on Brandon Staley this weekend. Fuck you, Brandon Staley.
If you're listening, bitch,
you better be.
All right, let's get to some Instagram comments, and go over those. Asked anybody that was following us on Instagram, again, Third and Thirsty Podcast, on the story, for them to give their takes on what they would consider a successful season from their team. So we'll go through a few of them. Brandon, he didn't say who his team was. I'm assuming it's the Raiders just based on his answer. Brandon, if I'm wrong, let me know. But he said getting to the playoffs would be a successful season. That would definitely be a successful season for the Raiders.
Yeah.
But I think even less than that, like we talked about, 8 wins is pretty good step in the right direction for the Raiders. You don't typically take huge jumps in the NFL overnight, even if you do bring in a Hall of Fame coach like Carroll. So that's a pretty big step getting to the playoffs after 4 wins last year.
Yeah, especially with a new quarterback, a new running back, shuffling around the O-line. The really only constants you have on offense is a couple receivers and tight ends, which are one of your tight ends is probably best in the league.
Yeah.
But still, it's a lot of new parts, some adjusting, and hopefully for us, a lot of adjustment and bad play.
We'll still have some great Raider moments this year, I think, of them sucking. So.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. But yeah,
there's gonna be some great moments too when
they suck.
When the season doesn't go the way you guys thought it was.
Oh, we'll see. That's why they play on Sundays. Brandon, yeah, it's a pretty lofty goal, man. Get into the playoffs. Let's stick with some other Raiders. Alan, he was a Raider fan. Playoffs, or he tempered it off a little bit, tapered it off, or just feeling like we actually have the right guys leading the way. Yeah,
like
makes sense.
Talked about.
Yeah, step in the right direction. I mean, you kind of feel pretty comfortable with Pete Carroll being the head coach. As disappointed as Edgar was that Antonio Pierce got fired, and no longer screams Raiders and wears cool hoodies and listens to NWA, but no, now that he's wearing the
And
Chiefs,
drives an Impala.
yeah,
Dude, give him his respect. Come on.
yeah,
Man.
super cool guy. Apparently,
And now
super
wears the
shitty head
red.
coach. Yeah,
Now he's fucking with the fucking rivals, fucking kissing ass.
Trying to get a job, man.
Exactly.
he dropped that
kissing ass.
Raiders shit real quick.
Yup.
Yeah,
Quick.
Antonio Pierce, listen, you fucking suck. Really wish you were still the head coach there in Las Vegas or Oakland or wherever they are now. But I mean, gotta feel pretty good about Pete Carroll, minus his age. I mean, he's a young 70, whatever the hell he is, 73.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was going to bring up.
But he
is
can't
the
coach
longevity
forever.
there. Yeah, I mean, he does have the energy for it. The
Mhm.
type of person he is. It's just that's why he's still doing it. Not most people wouldn't be able to do any job at that age,
True.
or want to. But he has that want to. He has that energy. He has always upbeat.
He just has that lifestyle. He's all football.
Totally. Yeah. God bless him.
Mhm.
Hopefully he could coach as long as he wants to. But I mean, just it's the way life is, man. You can't do it forever. So
Can't do anything forever.
No,
Yeah.
but honestly, like I do think that he is the one that's taking the team to the better position.
totally.
He might not get where they want to get, but he's definitely going to be like moving the team towards that way.
Yeah, absolutely. You feel pretty confident that he'll do a better job than Antonio Pierce. No doubt about that. Let's see here. Another Hamby-Town hooligan. Cool name. He's another Raider fan asking for a playoff appearance. Anything less than is a failure, apparently. So,
Oh damn!
oof. Yeah, another one. Lofty goals,
What
man.
3 playoff appearances in the last 20 years, 25 years.
And then what?
2 to 3 playoff appearances in the
2.
last.
Damn, they suck.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying it's those are super lofty goals if they've only been there twice.
Yeah.
I like the last guy's or who was it? The last guy that 8 wins? Or Edgar's 8 wins, sorry.
Yeah, no, Alan said just feeling like they have the right guys.
Yeah. In the right direction. That's
Yeah.
a little more realistic.
Yeah, lofty goals from Raider fans. But we're all optimistic at this point of the season.
Yeah.
So, hey, why not?
Yeah.
Enrique, your cousin, responded mostly to the picture that I posted where I asked for AI to give me Sean Payton,
Talking
Carroll,
shit,
and Jim Harbaugh smiling with their arms ready, and they gave me John. He said F the 2 guys on the left, which was Peyton and Harbaugh. I don't know what John Harbaugh did to Enrique, but apparently he doesn't like him either. Maybe it's just because he's brothers with Jim. I don't know. But hey,
Family ties. You catch all the straight bullets.
I guess so. Let's see here. Kyle, Broncos fan, 11 plus wins and 2 playoff wins. So even higher goal for me. Would love that. Definitely. It would be
Kyle, you crazy.
Cass.
That might count.
Would definitely love that. It would be super disappointing if the Broncos lost in the AFC Championship game. You might not see me on the pod that week because I'll probably need to take a break and travel somewhere, find myself.
I'll be here. Gladly be here.
You guys run the pod that week. I'll be collecting my thoughts.
I might just do my own thing that day. It's not going to be third and thirsty. It's going to be Bronco hate all day.
Tyson's along the same lines as me, 10 plus wins and a playoff win. So right there with me. And then let's see here. Chargers. Eli. Chargers staying consistent and no late game collapses. Got news for you, Eli. You've been a Charger fan, I'm sure, your whole life. You've seen plenty of those late game collapses, and I don't think anything's changing because Chargers going Charger, and doesn't matter who the coach is, who the quarterback is, they always find a way to Charger, and they'll do it again this year. Omar?
Nah, it's just that it hasn't been as the charging that you guys always like claim to have or claim it to be. It hasn't been as much as the offense. It's been more the defense giving up leads. So I think we're heading in the right direction with Jesse Minter. like I said, we've already the team's already been making plays in the preseason. Yes, it is second, third stringers, but that just shows the constant improvement, not just with the starters, but throughout the whole defense. So I'm hoping that's
We'll just see how the year goes.
Yeah,
putting that to rest this year.
we'll figure out how they charge her this year, but
You guys will figure out a way to spin it. Yes, you will.
so those and we did have some replies actually from our wives on this Instagram story. Yes, he said she hopes that everyone has fun, which is nice, I guess. I don't know if we'll have fun if the Broncos don't win the Super Bowl, but
I'll have fun if the Broncos don't win the Super Bowl. I'll definitely have fun.
So yeah, I mean, I guess everyone has fun. And then my wife, she said for the house to be quiet during Bronco games and for me not to scream at the TV, which she already knows her attempts are futile. That's not happening.
That's how we talk to the players, just through the TV.
Yeah.
They can hear us. They can hear us in their helmets.
Yeah, or me punching holes through walls.
Couches.
They could definitely feel that too. So shout out to anybody that responded to the Instagram story. Again, we'll always be doing this.
Thank you, wives.
Yeah, and thank you for hijacking the
and letting us come out here every Monday and do this.
Yep, absolutely. That's always a cool thing too. We did get some comments on the USA Today record predictions post that we got up there as well. So just a quick refresher. They had the Broncos at 12-5 win the division. The Chiefs were 11-6. Chargers 9-8. And the Raiders 5-12. Still improving, but still sucking.
That's just got to be like the Raiders motto: improving but still sucking.
Sometimes
It's like the Chargers have done anything.
Hey, the playoffs last year.
Oh,
Jack, they got us going 9-8. Seriously, realistically, we could be 10-7 or 11-6 again, possibly 12-5. I don't know if I feel confident about 12-5 after.
That'd be our ceiling. That'd be our ceiling.
Especially with Slater going down on us.
Yeah, that'd be our ceiling. But I think the whole Keenan Allen stuff makes it come back and makes the offense better. In total.
Oh man,
I feel
you
like
got two guys that can create separation.
no, totally. I mean, yeah he's definitely a positive addition, but I don't. Slater, Allen.
Yeah. I get it.
One's different.
Definitely.
So, yeah, I don't know. 12-5 is pretty lofty with the team that just lost an All-Pro left tackle. So, we'll see.
Remind me.
I know. I'm sorry, man. It sucks. Only one.z. Shit, crazy. They don't lost it. I think he's a Chargers fan. I had to guess.
Yeah, that's
maybe a Raiders fan.
No, he's definitely a Chargers fan because that's exactly what I thought. Damn, y'all are crazy.
9-8 is crazy. I don't know if it's crazy.
I think so.
You could maybe disagree, but crazy. Saying Bo Nix is going to lose his starting job is crazy. 9-8 for the Chargers isn't crazy. Their win total is 9.5, so they're just going under.
Not with Harbaugh. Not with the Harbaugh effect.
Okay. Let's see here. Bolts 818 tickets. Cool page. Check them out. They just had to throw in some support for the Chargers. They threw up a couple bolts. And then Ian, incoming 17-0 season for the Bolts.
I love.
Was that before or after?
The optimism?
It might have been.
Love it. I think it was.
No, it's still out. No.
Was it?
Oh, I don't remember. Either way, 17-0. Like,
yeah, no.
I mean, sounds like a Raiders fan.
With that optimism?
Yes. But I love it. Love to hear it. Let's keep it going. Bolts up.
It's pretty impressive, man. But yeah, I definitely don't see 17-0 for the Chargers. Although it would be incredibly funny if they did, because they would lose in the divisional round against the worst team left in the AFC. So that actually would be funny as hell. Go 17-0 and lose in the divisional round. That would be perfect. Anything else, guys? I think that covers the hour.
No.
Yeah.
No, let's just hope for good health this year or this upcoming week for everybody.
Yeah.
After us losing like one of our top 3 players in our team, like I don't want to see anybody's players go and getting hurt. Like, just get to the season. Let's get everybody's best players. Let's see what everybody's got.
Yeah, 1,000%. Want everyone to be healthy. Back to my restaurant analogy, we're sitting at the table waiting for our server to come back. And
You already left that damn restaurant.
Hell no, man. We're getting closer and closer. But we're at the table. We're waiting. We're not leaving the damn restaurant. The meal's going to be worth it because the season is almost here. We'll get into some more things next week. Another week closer to the season starting.
Thank God.
Yeah,
Real.
almost there. Almost there. So until next time, 178 days until Bo Nix wins his first Super Bowl. Cheers.
Unless he gets his place taken.